Hi guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here for a quick play really to do some more things with snippet rolls. I had a comment from the lovely Laura who said that she wasn't making snippet rolls because she didn't have all the bits and pieces that I was using. And it just got me thinking, let's try and make a snippet roll using some images from kids' books and things. So I have pulled out a variety of things here. So I do have still some of my glue book images, but honestly, you know, they're not the main, you know, feature. I also have some of my book plates. Again, they're not the main feature. And you could just interchange them with something else. My main feature for the snippet rolls is going to be some of the gorgeous images, you know, from the lovely Enid Blyton Treasury of Verse, which I have got something planned coming up on my channel, hopefully in the not too distant future, featuring those books. So yeah, because I know that those, you know, that book sort of seemed very, very popular. It is a beautiful book, I have to say. So I've taken some images from that, and then I've also taken from, let me just reach and get it. This is also Enid Blyton's. It's The Teddy Bear's Tale and Other Stories. And just as luck had it, some of the stories were called Pink Paint for a Pixie. And I don't know whether the camera's really picking it up, but you can see, you know, there's lots of sort of pixie type, fairy type images. I mean, look, how cute is that? Which, from the Treasury of Verse, I also have, I mean, these aren't really pixies, but like, I don't know whether they are or not, to be honest, but they look to me a bit pixie-ish. And so I thought, theme-wise, they would just go brilliantly. So that's going to be the sort of main feature of my snippet roll. And then I also have some toadstool images just from my book of mushrooms. So again, I just thought colour wise and theme wise, you know, the pixies, the toadstools, all that kind of stuff just went really nicely together. So the other bits, what I would call the kind of filler type pieces, I've got here some of my Chasing Rainbows background papers. I only have one sheet. It's, you know, got stuff on the back of it and things, but I just thought, again, it was laying around kind of behind my desk, and I thought, oh, colour wise, perfect. And then I've just got some of my green sheets of paper that I coloured the other day with some food colouring. I've got some of that gorgeous sheet music that's in that really lovely brownie type shade. Then I do have some of my glue book favourites, but literally, as I say, you know, they're the fillers. And to be fair, you know, you could use anything. You don't have to have got that printable set. You may like to use some postage stamps and things if you've got some that would complement, you know, the colour scheme or whatever. So again, I've got some of those, and, you know, I might fill in with, I don't know, some dictionary definitions or my number tabs or anything like that. But I just thought we would come along and have a play, and yeah, just to kind of hopefully reassure people that, you know, you don't have to have kind of all the same bits that I've got. You can still come up with something really nice. So I'm going to do the book page snippet roll like we did last time. So again, I've just taken some book page, snipped it into these long strips. You know, you're not paying any attention as to the size of the strips or anything like that. I'm just literally, I have got a lot of glue in here, you know. I don't know why it's pretending like there's none in there. It's pretty much full. So I'm just going to glue them together to make our base of our snippet roll. Okay. And then I'm just going to literally get sticking things along it, just like we did before. So if I take in, for instance, this gorgeous page from the Treasury of Verse, I mean, like I said before, the problem is with that book, the pages are so lovely. It's kind of tricky to actually then, you know, decide which side of the page. And I had loads of people comment and say, why don't I just copy it? The reason is because this book is, although it's vintage, I think it's like 1970 or something. So it's still very much in copyright. And, you know, as I probably will be selling whatever I make from it, you know, that's just not, you know, that's not something I can do, you know, with this book, sadly. But yeah, I mean, if you're keeping it for yourself and not selling it, then of course you could copy it. So the images, you know, this one you can see it's quite large. So, I mean, I could tear it down a little bit. I don't necessarily want to lose, you know, much of the image. I can obviously tear it down a little bit more here. But I mean, effectively, I want to kind of keep the bulk of that image. So that's going to just be my starting point, and I'm just going to kind of put that at the end. Now, before I actually get gluing any pieces on, I'm just going to tear out, you know, a few bits that I will then just, you know, link along. As you can see, just a filler piece, basically, just so that I've got sort of interest and different things going along on there. So here, I could take this lovely pixie picture, and this one, I could cut or tear this in half, because actually it kind of is lending itself to being torn into a smaller section like that. Might even hang on to the word pixie, because that's kind of cute, and I might just then have that somewhere along the snippet roll. So just tear that down and maybe just keep it there. I probably have lost it by the time that I actually would come to use it, but you know, at least I've got the option there. So yep, I'm just going to work my way along. So I'll get gluing a couple of things down. So I'd received my wonderful happy mail from Amy, and she included a couple of snippets that she had made and said she was, you know, very inspired to try. And I said when I opened her mail, I couldn't believe how delicate and tiny her snippets were. They were just so lovely, and my stuff is just like enormous. It's literally like the size of a planet in comparison. So yeah, I'm wondering kind of, do I make things just way bigger than everyone else, or I don't know. What size do you guys like to make things? You know, are you like a big crafter like myself, or are you kind of more delicate? I mean, obviously these pictures, these are quite big, so you know, I'm dictated to by the size of the, you know, the book pages images themselves. But I mean, ordinarily I generally kind of choose quite large images anyway, but I just wondered whether, is my stuff like abnormally ginormous or what? I'm not sure. I mean, I do struggle with, you know, when it comes to small dainty things, I've got to be truthful. But I mean, having said that, her things looked beautiful. I mean, it's not that I don't like tiny, you know, tiny and delicate. It looks amazing. I just can't seem to pull that off myself. But yeah, I absolutely loved hers. They were just absolutely gorgeous. So I might just now have a bit of the sheet music here, which, as I say, I mean, it's in this gorgeous sort of brownie colour, which, I mean, I just absolutely love this. This is just awesome. Now, do I want to have it here? Might just have it here, I think. Maybe even kind of going like across, you know, across the middle. Okay. Yeah, when I read the comment yesterday saying, you know, about the snippet rolls, I couldn't then sleep because I kept thinking, oh, I can't wait to get up and, you know, have a play with it. Straight away, that Treasury of Verse book just entered my head, and I thought, oh, I can't wait to actually get up and have a go. So I literally couldn't wait. Right, let's have a look at these toadstools. So, I mean, again, I'm just going to sort of fussy tear around a couple. So I'm going to just fussy tear this couple here like that. And I might try and use that smaller one for something as well, but I don't know whether I might have made it a weird shape now. Not sure. Right, that would have to go up there because I've made that one a very weird shape already. So just tear around there. So I could have that one down there, couldn't I? Oh, that looks so cute. Oh, I don't know what it is with mushrooms and toadstools, but they're just so sweet, aren't they? I mean, they don't even have to be the red ones with those like spots on. Just these are so cute. And these are just pretty regular looking mushrooms, aren't they? But, well, they're not regular looking as in the ones you eat, of course, but, you know, there's nothing kind of really interesting about them, but they are very, very cute. I mean, there's something about those red spotty ones, isn't there? You know, like the whole toadstool house thing that conjures up just like magical images and just lovely. Yeah, definitely very fairy tale-esque. Right, I'm just going to now attach another piece of book page along here, because I know that I have said this before, but I do quite like it when doing the snippet rolls to kind of like jump around and then work my way in between. I find that works quite well, you know, to do that. So I don't know whether it's so I kind of spread it out rather than having like all the same things in the same place, but also alongside that, it saves all of your glued pieces being glued in the same direction, if that makes sense. Because otherwise all of your glued pieces, like say if we worked our way along, they would all be overlapping on that edge, which, you know, that's maybe a bit of a strange sort of look, isn't it? Okay, let's just maybe have that there. Might have to tear that down, because otherwise that's a little bit, might even have that sideways on. And then I think it's time for another couple of little book page images. So again, let's just pop this one down here. Okay. And then let's just get another couple of book page images here. Oh, that's lovely, thank you. My son's here again with the tea, which is just great, isn't it? Thank you, sweetheart. Because I'm kind of videoing back to back, and it is quite thirsty work, to be honest, just talking all the time. I mean, I love talking, as you can probably tell, but after a while you feel slightly parched. So you know, the tea's definitely very much appreciated. So yeah, right, okay, let's take another one of these little cute ones here. And I'm thinking I'm going to, I think, use some of these with my collage scrapbook to make some pieces for that, I think. So yeah, hopefully they're going to look really super cute on there. Now I'm thinking, although I love ginormous things, I might need to break this up slightly with just like a couple of tiny pieces, whoops, somewhere, or smaller pieces somewhere. So I might kind of just pop in like a couple of bits along here like that. So let's just glue this one down. Like that. I'm just going to stick this one down here. And then maybe just even have that there. I'm only doing this because, you know, like where that's come out of a sort of vintage book, some of the bits along there are a little bit lumpy, you know, where it's had the glue and the glue's quite old now. It then sometimes is a little bit lumpy. So yeah, just sort of sometimes need to pull that bit of glue out. Oh, perhaps I'll have that up there. That looks nice, doesn't it? I was about to stick it down on the bottom and then just popped it there and thought, actually, it looks nicer there. Okay. maybe another toadstool there. Okie dokie. I'll just apply a bit more glue here just to keep it stuck down. I mean, obviously I will be stitching this afterwards. I did also have somebody ask, you know, did you always need to stitch the snippet rolls? I don't think so. I think they would be fine without stitching. You may just have to obviously ensure that things are stuck down a little bit more than I am here, if you see what I mean. So like here, I've got quite a lot of loose flaps, you know, here on the paper. I would just go along. So I would do my snippet roll exactly as I am now. And then I would go back along after I finished it and just then re-stick any bits that need a little bit of extra help, just so that it wouldn't come away. I'm always a little bit worried about things coming apart, and you know, I like to know that everything's really stuck down. So yeah, I would just do that, to be honest. But I don't think it really needs to be stitched. I mean, I think the stitching looks fun and cute, and it does finish it off in a different way. But equally, you know, I don't think it needs to be stitched. I think it would look just as sweet without stitching. So yeah, do play around. And if you haven't got a sewing machine, please don't think, you know, that you can't sort of participate in these types of things, because I think, you know, they don't have to have the stitching. I think they would look just as good. Sorry, I've just noticed this bit of white. There you go. I'm just going to pop that there. Like that. And then I might just pop in a little bit of this green paper, which this was obviously that green paper that I just, you know, had played around and dyed with the food colouring. So again, I might just go sort of straight across here, like that. And then here I think it's crying out for some more book images. So what else have I got? Got this page here, not this one. I mean, I have to say, isn't this a lovely image? But that wasn't the one that I was meaning. So I've got a couple of little birds, and I've also got these flowers. I mean, I was intended on cutting these flowers out individually, but to be honest, I probably, this one especially, would just tear this out, I think. And hopefully just be able to pop that down. So just tear that one out. I mean, how pretty does that look? That's so cute, isn't it? Yeah, I just love that. So I'm just going to put that there. Okay. And then here, what shall I put in here? Could have like a clock or something, or maybe a postage stamp. Maybe a stamp. Hold on. Or maybe like that. And maybe a dictionary definition. So let's see, what have I got here? I've got nature. Let's just try that. Yeah, I have to say, these snippet rolls, they're a little bit addictive, and I'm having to stop myself from just constantly making them, because they are such fun to make. And yeah, I could happily kind of make tons and tons and tons of them. They really are very fun. So if you haven't made any, I would definitely say, you know, have a bit of fun and make some, because they are really great fun. Right, let's just pop that down like that. Do you know, I'm not quite sure about that dictionary definition. Thinking maybe I might have to have something plainer. Yeah, maybe I prefer that. So let's just pop that down. Okay, and then the stamp. Okay. And I'll just apply a little bit of extra glue there. And there. What have I done with my wipe now? Constantly losing my dry wipe. Okay. Right, let's move this along, and I'm just going to stick some more book page along here. You know what we haven't got much of on here is we don't have much of that sort of this book page, so I'm going to put some of that on there next, I think. Look at that one. Oh, that is so cute, isn't it? Right, okay. Oh, and look at that one. They are such cute pictures, aren't they? Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. I mean, as I say, the thing is they are quite large, so I'm just going to sort of tear that down slightly into the picture on this one, because a lot of that is kind of background, so, you know, not necessarily needed on there. So let me just have a sip of my tea. Okay, I'm going to pop that here, like that. Okay, right, then I might have to move this along slightly. I hope that you can all see I haven't gone off screen now. And that's the only thing with these snippet rolls, they're quite long, so fitting them all on, you know, in the screen is kind of tricky. But right, just getting rid of those bits of glue that were on there. Okay, right, what else have we got? We've got some green doily, which we could have somewhere. Going to have to just tear that smaller because it's quite large. So I might have that there, and I'll just tear this down. Might just have it kind of like that, I think. And just glue that one down. I'll try and tuck that behind there actually. Okay, then we'll just put that doily down. Okay, right, now I think time for a bit more of that lovely, this one. Oh gosh, I'm going to end up having to tear through that bee, which isn't that just such a shame because he's so cute. Okay, but it's going to have to be done, I think. Let me just check what other images I've got. So I've got these ones as well, which are really nice. Okay. Right, well, this one is kind of torn, so let me just see whether I could have him anywhere. You know, he's got torn as I tore him out the book, obviously, so there's not that much of him actually in the picture. I say him, it might not be a him, but kind of looks a bit like a him, doesn't it? Oh, he's cute there though, isn't he? Yeah. So let's just pop him there. Oh, probably could do with some more toadstools now. I haven't used a toadstool for a little bit. So let's just bring the toadstools back. I mean, again, I'm trying to use these kind of lovely coloured ones rather than the grey ones. So, and I'm not keen on the shape of this one, so I probably won't use that here. So let me just bring in these ones again. I definitely, yeah, don't want to use those sort of black looking ones. Right, okay. So I might try and do this little cluster here. I don't know whether I will have to do them like in two different sort of bunches. So I might do this little one first as just a teeny one. Oh, how cute is that? I mean, that's probably as tiny as I can fussy tear, to be honest. So, and then I'm just going to do this little bunch here, like that. And again, I'm just going to sort of get those like that. Right, and for me, these are just far too bright yellow to put on here, I think, so I won't be using those. So I might have a little mushroom up here, or maybe down here, or maybe down there. How cute is that? So before I stick that down, I'm going to just get some more green, I think. So we just pop one of these bits in there. Yeah, if you haven't done any of these snippet rolls, honestly, they're so fun. I mean, literally, like, they're probably my favourite thing to do at the moment. Well, that might not be true, to be honest, because I don't know about you guys, but I have a lot of favourite things to do. I mean, literally, like, yeah, pretty much like doing everything to do with journals and crafting. So, yeah, I'd probably struggle to actually settle on a favourite, but definitely this is, you know, pretty high on the list. I'm really loving doing these at the moment. Because you do go, you know, through phases, don't you, of, you know, sometimes liking doing one thing, sometimes liking doing another thing. But I just think these are very sort of eclectic and, you know, great fun. And of course, they are a really good way to use up a lot of stuff. Not that I can claim to have used a lot of stuff, of course, you know. Of course, my desk is still full, but you know, in theory, you could probably get quite a bit of stuff gone from your desk. Okay, let's try and see if I've got some more green stamps. See, I had all my stamps like sorted out into sort of little colour pots, and now where I've been doing videos, they're no longer sorted out. They're now, you know, mixed in. Pretty much mixed in, so yep, no longer all in their neat piles. I think they are predominantly purple. Yeah, I think they are purple. And then I've got some brownie coloured ones here, so I mean perhaps, oh, and orange actually. So the orange might not be too bad on here. And the brownie colours. I don't know what that is. I think that's like a flower. So we could have a little flower. Yeah, that stamp goes really nice on there. Let me just get rid of my tea. Okay. Right. So that's one less thing on my desk now. And it was taking up quite a significant amount of room, so it's probably good. Probably good to have it gone. Okay, right, let's put that on there. Now, shall we have one of these gorgeous flowers again? So this is where I'm obviously probably torn straight through that little bee's face right now. I'm going to turn it over in a minute and have a look and see what I've done to him. Oh, he's still intact, look. He's so cute, isn't he? Right, let's tear this down, because otherwise it's just a bit sort of an awkward shape to use. So that's a better shape now. So we could have that like that, I think. Or maybe there. Yeah, maybe there. And then I'll have this here, and I just want something then to fill in that space. So maybe some more of that sheet music. or maybe that postage stamp, although I don't think that's going to be big enough. Oh, yeah, it's not too bad actually. So let's stick this down first before I stick anything else down, and then I can literally make sure, you know, it's filling that. My daughter's obviously been outside with my husband. Now she's there banging on the door to come in, so hopefully he's going to let her in. Or perhaps she's been outside with my son actually. Rest assured, don't worry, she wouldn't have been outside on her own. But yeah, obviously she's been outside with somebody, and now she's obviously bored and wanting to come in. And they're probably like not letting her in. Saying, no, I can just picture it. They're probably saying to her, well, you wanted to come out here. You know, you can't be in and out all the time. Because she is a bit like that. Well, I mean, I guess as kids are, aren't they, you know? Short attention spans and all that. Okay. Oh, that's so cute, isn't it? So, yep. And then I'm just going to move this along, and I will probably just do it roughly at this length. So these will be my last bits. So I'm moving it along slightly. Let's hope that I'm still in frame and filming. Okay, and again, I'm just going to sort of go along a little bit. Sorry, she's now sort of squealing, and I mean, she's obviously playing because I can hear her kind of like running about playing. But yeah, sorry, she's obviously not being so quiet now, so sorry about that. Obviously got bored of whatever it was she was doing, and now decided to, you know, be a bit more vocal. Okay, so pop that down, and then another couple of book images. So again, I think I'm going to use this one because then I've used this whole amount then, you know, through this snippet roll. So again, it's quite a large one. So I just need to, you know, decide how I'm going to tear this, because obviously it's a bit too big really. I think what I'm going to do is kind of come around here, and then I could maybe use this flower somewhere else. So let's do that. Tear him around there, like that, and then around there, like that. I might have to just tear those little bits of his feet off. Oh, not too bad. I didn't lose too much of him. Oh, I'm going to put it there. Going to put that on there, I think. And this little flower might just be able to use somewhere else. So I'll just kind of tear that down. And we might be able to just pop that in somewhere else. So I won't chuck that away or anything. Might be able to just pop it in somewhere in a minute. So, right. Now, I'm just going to take a bit more of this. And again, I'm just going to, I think, glue that down there. Just as, like, oops. Oh, I'm losing my snippet roll now off my desk. And then I can work around that and fill in just the couple of spaces around it. So here, for instance, I might have it like that. So I'm just going to stick this down here on the end. Like that. Okay. And then I'm just going to have the notes there. That looks really cute. I'm not going to stick it down yet because I just want to find something to put in here. So let's have a look. Oh, might have to use this somewhere because it's super cute, isn't it? So let's tear that out. It's been really nice actually to mix the coloured and the, you know, the black and white pictures together. They kind of complement each other really nicely, don't they? Oh, that's so cute. Look at that. Yeah, I like that, to be honest. That's really cute. Really cute. So I'm just going to stick that down. Like that. And then just pop this one down here. Yeah, I don't know whether I've really ever kind of mixed up, you know, like the coloured with the black and white illustrations before, but don't they just work so nicely? They look really sweet together. Really, really sweet. Right, do we want another postage stamp anywhere? We could have that there, I suppose. Oh, let me just fidget around on my chair. I'm not very comfortable for a moment. I've got this little fan. Could have that in there. Maybe like that. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah, I'm just going to have that there. Like that. And then, I don't know really whether I even need this stamp here. Kind of maybe prefer it without, funnily enough. Yeah, might leave it without. And again, just, you know, might go over that glue a little bit more. So last little bit is this section here, which, where did I put that other flower that I tore out? There we go. So maybe try and get that in there. Can we fit in another, I mean, I've got these. Not sure to be honest. So let me just tear these down so that I've got like in two halves. Oh, you know what would be good there? I think is another mushroom. So again, let me just pull the mushroom pages back in. Don't want too bigger mushrooms, so maybe this one, maybe that one. Yeah. Let's just tear around that one. Okay, just going to pop him in there, or actually he might be better there. Oh, now I'm not sure. I'm not sure I can fit everything in, to be honest. So I might have to do it more like that. And then what am I going to have in this space here? Got some more doily, which I could have down there. Maybe like that, I think. So I'm just going to pop that doily on there. And again, you know, really not too worried because I will be stitching mine. But I mean, as I say, if you're not going to stitch yours, no worries. I don't think you have to. You're just going to need to make sure it's slightly better glued down in one or two places than I am here. You know, just to make sure that you've got your pieces kind of stuck down properly. So I might put the toadstool much lower down so as I don't cover up my flower. So just put it down here, sort of thing, like that. And then actually I've got that word pixie there. Just going to place that in that space because that's so super cute, isn't it? And I didn't lose it, can you believe? Wow, that is a miracle, to be honest. So yeah, I hope that you like that snippet roll. I mean, as I say, they're kind of addictive to make, and just absolutely loving them. So I will be stitching this down and then obviously make some ephemera pieces and things using it. But I just wanted to demonstrate really that you can make these with anything at all that you've got on hand. You know, you don't have to have kind of all the printable bits and pieces that I used in my other ones. You know, use whatever you've got. I think kind of this eclectic mix looks really great, and yeah, just go for it and mix and match things up. So I hope you liked it, and yeah, I hope you have fun if you do some. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you all again soon. Thanks then. Bye.